That's current that we are just referring to. So when they measure the cell like this, it was 0.4. When they measure the big size cell like this, it was 0.5. So I told them that
voltage or amp?
Voltage now 0.4, 0.5. So I told them what's the difference? Say, oh, the difference is not even more. So I just told them, see, this small size cell can even still generate the same voltage as this big size cell. So, but the disadvantage now is the current because of the size. Because this one, so I just gave them an instance of the plates that the illustration to used to use. And when the plate, so because this size now is bigger, so it will harness more sunlight than this one, because this one is now smaller. The sun irradiance that will fall on this one will just be small because of the size of it.
Was it that very little one they tested? Or
No.
they tested
another?
The purpose was?
The purpose is to explain to our students why most solar panels now that are in the market from 450, 500, they use half-cut cells, not the full-size cell. So the principle which I showed our students in our class was I gave them this half piece of cell. They measured the voltage. The voltage was reading around 0.4 volts.
Yeah.
And then a cell of this size, when they also did the same voltage test, it was reading 0.5. So I now told them that you notice now there's no much difference. A cell of this size is almost giving the same voltage, the same as a cell of this size now. So that's why we have more half-cut cells. But the disadvantage there now is if you're having more pieces of it, the current will not be the same. And why did I say so that the current will now reduce? Is because that the surface now that will be harnessing the sunlight, the sun irradiance, is now smaller compared to this one. This one is now bigger to absorb, to harness more sun irradiance. So that's why the current might be reduced, but their voltage might almost be the same. So in those solar panels now, what they now do to also meet up to the same current and voltage, they do both series and parallel connection. So when you have this now, you connect in series and then also connect in parallel to do both series and parallel to increase the voltage and at the same time achieve the required currents.
Okay, so why are the smaller cells eventually more efficient? So if I half-cut cells, so why will if I can still do series and parallel, why not just use the bigger one two at once?
Yeah, so now it falls on the number of bus bar that is on the cell. So the more the bus bar, the higher efficiency those cells.
Do half-cut cells have more bus bars?
Yes, most half-cut cells now, you see them from 10 bus bar, 9 bus bar. Even at this one that is small like this, it's having 5 bus bars. These are what we refer to bus bars. So that will also increase the efficiency now. And again, also study has also been proven that solar cells now, that the manufacturers are increasing the efficiencies of cell day by day. So a time will even come that small solar cells now will be having higher efficiency than the previous solar cells we had before. So as technology is improving, solar cell efficiency is increasing and the size will become more smaller and smaller. At the end of the day now, we might even be seeing a panel of 500 watts peak that will just be very portable.
So what was the final takeaway for our students from this demonstration?
So the final takeaway now that they were able to now understand how solar panel works, the principles behind it. Okay, so that when they see solar panels and the cells inside it, they will know that okay, this was the reason why they used half-cut cell, and then they will also be able to identify how many bus bars that was used.
So the lesson is really for them as they are starting to build their own solar panels or assemble their own solar panels, they will go for the higher efficiency cells and not be deceived by cells that are bigger.
Yes.
They will be able to determine that smaller cells are higher in efficiency and they can choose that for their projects.
Yes, and then with also the number of bus bar
counts. Okay, thank you.